Hi guys, it's Siobhan with Tafiti and Beyond. Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, hi, I'm Siobhan. I'm an intuitive tarot therapist, a spiritual counselor, a Reiki master practitioner, and a soul realignment Akashic record reader. All of the information that we're going to be talking about here today is from my work in soul realignment Akashic record reading, as well as from Andrea Hess's work doing soul realignment, and she's the creator of that. So if you guys are looking for more information on that modality, you can find some of the links down below to a free webinar, the website, and some additional information if you guys are interested. So today we're going to be talking about Draconians, and this is going to be a bit of a controversial one because the perspective that we're coming at here from soul realignment is not one of persecution or fear. We're looking at these soul groups in terms of the collective and how the soul collective of Source splits into both positive and negative polarity groups. So if you're looking for, bashing information, this isn't going to be the video for you. So Draconians are a negatively oriented soul group. So what does that mean? Well, when we're born from Source, we are connected to Source energy by an umbilical cord at the high heart chakra, in most cases, that keeps us in a state of love and light. When we disconnect from that through negative choice that goes against who we are at soul level, which is inherently love and unity, when we make choices consistently, repetitively, over lifetimes that go against that innate soul self, we can what's called orient negatively. So it takes 99% to orient negatively, switching over from a positive soul to a negative soul. Whereas to be positively oriented, which is to be in alignment with your soul truth, as well as in service to others rather than service to self, we become more imbued with that orientation or with that polarity of service to others, which is positive orientation, which gives us more energetic resources from directly straight from Source. So negatively oriented beings can be made. They can also choose to orient positively over lifetimes as well if they start taking action consciously towards embodying their divine original soul blueprint. Now, there are other groups, such as the Draconians, which are inherently a negative polarity. So they were created from Source, directly from Source, as negatively oriented beings, not necessarily converted into those. There are many within the Draconian collective who have begun as positively oriented souls and then transitioned into negatively oriented souls over lifetimes. But the core of the soul group itself is inherently negatively oriented. And there's nothing wrong with that, because polarity is just that. There is two opposite spectrums of that polarity. There are two separate expressions of energy that are equally divine. Now, that's going to be a hard thing to hear for some people, especially those who have dealt with the Draconian collective, who have succumbed to attacks or fear or anything like that. It's hard to hear that that is a divine expression, but at the highest truth, it is. So, how do Draconian Starseeds express themselves in human incarnations? That's what we're going to focus on in this video. It's not going to be so much about what they've done or where they've been or what they're doing in the collective. It's how do they individually tend to express, so that if any of you resonate as a Draconian, which I doubt that most of you, I doubt that any will, so this information is going to be for your benefit as whatever kind of starseed that you resonate as or that you connect to be able to deal with these types of souls if you come across them. So their soul vibrational matrix is not structured the same as ours. Being negatively oriented means that they don't have that soul connection straight to Source anymore. So they cannot intake energy directly from that source umbilical cord. They have to acquire energy from outside of themselves through other people. They can do this in positive ways, or they can do this in negative ways. Not all draconian souls incarnated into human experience will be inherently manipulative or overtly evil or negative. Sometimes they're very nice, charming people, but their primary means of energy acquisition is through other people, and they will either do that positively or negatively, depending on what works best for them. So this comes down to attention. Giving them attention is what they need, because that feeds the energy resources that they need to acquire. So again, some souls in that group or in that expression will do that positively by getting attention through, their friend group, through their families, through social media, or being at a larger scale and having some kind of control over a larger state of the populace, attention-wise, right? Because attention directs our energy. Where attention goes, energy flows. If this is being done in a way that is inherently negative or manipulative or disempowering, that's when we need to make sure that we are setting clear boundaries with these souls to ensure that our energy is not going to them and draining us. The only way to address this situation is to inherently or essentially energy starve them. We have to pull away. We have to take our attention elsewhere. They cannot survive in a relationship or in a group without having that need be met for energy through attention. So if we're feeling drained by it, if we're becoming disempowered by it, if it's limiting us in any way, it's really important to create that boundary, to walk away, to eliminate, to address, to do what needs to be done to ensure that your well-being as a positively oriented soul is upheld. They're not always bad people. But without those imprints of helplessness, victimization, and disempowerment that reside in some people through karmic patterns, through wounds and things like that, they wouldn't be able to get the type of energy that they need. So they will gravitate towards individuals who have that karmic blueprint within their soul and feed off of that, exacerbate that, really connect to that energy and drain or draw off of that. So again, it's really important to heal your karmic patterns so that those types of relationships aren't attracted to you, and so that your energy is protected, safe, and upheld. Some draconian souls on extremely rare occasions will show up in this type of energy work, and they'll get to that level of consciousness where they're looking for information about themselves. Just to be clear, I don't do readings for negatively oriented souls, so it's just not possible. It's just not something that we do in this modality. So as soon as I check, you'll get a refund. It's important for these souls to choose for themselves. And what they're doing is not, good or bad. We can put classifications on it as right or wrong, but it is what it is. It is their primary state of existence. And that's what they've been created from source as. So it's really important that as positively oriented souls, which most of you listening to this will be, that you don't contribute the energy of trying to help them, trying to fix them, trying to get them to reorient to be positive souls. Although it is possible, it's quite rare for that to happen. And it's never a case of a positive soul coming in and leading that other soul to their positive orientation. The negative soul will only ever orient positive if it chooses to itself, which again can happen, but is rare. So by playing into that sort of trap almost of wanting to help them, wanting to get them onto that positive track, you're really just feeding them and enabling them. So again, the only way to address this situation is to eliminate contact entirely, unfortunately. And sometimes these can be souls who are in our families, or whom we find ourselves in a relationship with, or whatever the case may be. Maybe you work with somebody like this. It's really important to do your best to uphold your personal boundaries so that that energy is no longer going towards them in a way that disempowers you. Really, really key role there. So that's pretty much it for Draconians. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to touch on. Yeah, basically just attention starving them is really the best way to go. And not getting caught up in all of the fear mongering around Draconians and them ruling and, attacking and things like that. They cannot harm you unless you play into and allow that disempowerment to happen based on a core belief, a wound, and sometimes even a soul level belief. That's why it's important to do these Akashic readings, so that we look into the soul blueprint and find these karmic patterns that could be contributing to any type of manipulation, attack, etc. So if you guys are interested in an Akashic reading to find out your soul blueprint, who you are at soul level, how to work with your energy most effectively, and how to clear the karmic patterns that have been held in your soul blueprint and are limiting and restricting your resources to energy, then please contact me. My services and pricing are down below in the description box, or you can email me at services.tokittyandbeyond@gmail.com for more information, or to book or order a reading or a session. Much love to you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The usual YouTube stuff. I really appreciate you guys really supporting the channel. It means a lot to me. I love you. I love you. I love you. We'll see you next time. Bye.